too. Where are we at?
Do like I do. I get names always wrong.
Well, we're in Las Vegas somewhere. We got some new court observers, Mike and Tammy from Michigan. Look at, I haven't got one person here, John, and I even put your name in it. Not one person's watching. Okay, we got one person. Diane Rogers, Ginger Martin. Okay, we finally got people watching. We're here in Las Vegas. We just got out of court a little while ago. We got a couple of court observers here, Mike and Tammy from Michigan. Mike's been so gracious as to take us out for dinner. And boy, he said, just whatever you guys want, you can have it. So John and I ordered a couple $100 steaks. And so, I mean, these are good people, I'm telling you. So anyhow, I'm going to start this off. Ginger says, hi, Brand. Hi, Ginger. Hey, Chastity Medill. Hi, Chastity. And who else? Okay. See, I got some people here, man. Good, some really good people.
Can they hear you talking right now?
Oh, they can hear me talking right now. And I'm going to switch this around in a minute, and, you know. But anyhow, what I would like to bring out is I finally figured out the sleight of hand that this judge in this court is using. She keeps calling the BLM agents victims. Well, how can you be a victim until the defendants have been found guilty? And she's basing all her rulings on a predisposition that is a lie, okay? They're not victims. Our people have not been found guilty. And she's making all her rulings on that. That's sleight of hand. That's total freaking deception. Wouldn't you say so, John? Okay, I got to show that you were actually here. This is, John Lamb's here. He's the rock star. Okay, there's John Lamb.
I'm nobody.
He's the rock star. I tried to buy him a beer. He will not drink a beer. I told him I was going to get him drunk eventually. I mean, a guy's rock solid, stalwart.
I'm drinking water.
100%, 150,000% Amish. Okay. Okay, now I caught him off guard, so you have to be patient with him. I will not be patient with him. I'm going to grill him. John, what did you learn today in court? Come on, speak up.
Learn not to bring you back. Don't take Brand anywhere with you.
Well, I clean up nice. Give me a break.
Well, we had multiple proffers of witnesses today. I think it's a proper word for it, but
yes, proper.
And we actually had no live witnesses in court. We had Ken Rhodes from Michigan. We had Michael Dennis Lynch from New York testify today. He was a very strong, positive witness there.
Yes,
I mean, his testimony was awesome. He testified strongly. The government drilled him and drilled him, trying to get him to slip up, and it did not work at all. So his testimony was really good. We had.
Did you get the feeling they were doing all they could to get something on him to indict him?
They were trying to get him to slip up and mess up from his videos, and he said, I don't watch my videos. And I know that from experience. I don't go back and watch none of my videos.
I watch all my videos.
That's because you don't have nobody else watching. I had to throw that in. But
anyway. Oh, look, and Tammy's laughing. Everybody's laughing. They think it's funny. It is funny though.
But he says he doesn't watch any of his videos or live streams that he puts out. They asked him if he made a movie of the Bundys, tried to figure out if he was friends with them. They wanted to know if he supported them in any way, and he asked him, well, what do you mean? Define support. What do you mean? You know, and they asked him if he was believed the federal government was overreaching, and he said, well, define overreaching. I don't know what you mean by overreaching. What do they overreach in? And so he really.
So would you say Dennis Michael Lynch is slippery?
Well, no, he was answering. He was messing with a slippery prosecutor.
There you go.
And he was answering him, knowing that he was trying to put words in his mouth. And he said, "Don't put words in my mouth that I didn't say." Yeah. He said, "Let me say what I said."
There you go.
That's what he told the prosecutor.
Yeah.
And so he did well with answering the questions, and he answered them honestly. And but as we know, we're probably not going to get none of these witnesses in front of the jurors.
And that's the sad thing. It looks like we are going to have 0 witnesses right now.
Except for maybe Eric Parker and something like that. And we're going to have the defendant's investigator that investigates different things in this case. He is supposed to take the stand at 9:30 tomorrow. And it looks like Eric Parker is going to take the stand. At least that's what we're hoping. That's the way the thing is leading up to for us to believe.
Yeah.
I'm hoping other defendants take the stand because we really need their testimonies in there. At this point, there's no way that it can hurt them at all. It's only going to better them. And the jurors need to see these testimonies, because other than that, we're not going to get any other testimonies in there before the jurors.
She overruled us on every single thing today, but one minor thing that didn't really amount to a hill of beans. So what do you think about the fact that these guys cannot claim self-defense because they were the aggressors and the BLM agents were the victims?
That's what they're claiming. They're claiming that since they are the BLM are victims, you cannot use a self-defense strategy as the aggressor. And so they cannot bring witnesses in to testify on anything that happened that day. The day was a wasted day, except if there's an appeal in the future. If we do get a guilty verdict, this is the only thing today was helpful for, is for the future for appeals, that we can have some grounds to appeal on.
What do you think of my theory that instead of calling them victims, she should be calling them alleged victims?
Definitely.
This is before the fact. This case is not even over with, and she's calling them the victims. Now that's, to me, that's the basis of all of these convoluted rulings that she's giving.
Well, she's obviously been biased. She has already convicted these defendants, and she treats them as guilty. They are chained up in the courtroom. They are treated as guilty individuals before they've even been found guilty. And that's how she's treating them all.
Can you tell the viewers how all the information that came out on really kind of a nondescript guy, he's a good guy, you know, orange hat, Kenny Rhodes, but tell the viewers all the stuff they dug up to throw into his face.
They dug up everything about him. They done background checks on him, the prosecution did. They went extensively trying to figure out his whole background, whether he supported the Bundys, if he gave them any money, when's the last time he talked to Pete Santilli on the phone or any of the Bundy family. They just really dug into his life and really tried to put him in a hard spot. But he answered the questions, and he answered them well.
Well, what I saw is the overwhelming attempt to intimidate any potential witness. Like, okay, we know when you took a crap on Saturday afternoon, July 3rd, you know, it's kind of that kind of stuff. So they dug up just things that you would never really think they would dig up.
They wanted to know if he even signed the petition against Judge Navarro.
Exactly.
They said, did you sign that petition? And he said, I don't know what petition you're talking about. He doesn't get on the internet. Kenny doesn't. So he doesn't know a lot about all that stuff. So he answered it honestly. They did the same thing to Dennis Michael Lynch. They did the same thing to these other witnesses that testified today. All these, I guess, every single one of these witnesses were all by Skype. So we had, I think, 5 of them on Skype today, 4 or 5. I didn't look at my notes, but like 4 or 5 individuals that all called in on Skype today. We had no live witnesses that testified in the courtroom, and we had no jurors today. So
what do you think about this idea? You know, the more participants, patriotic participants that we get, we could crash their system of investigation, because I think we would totally overwhelm them. But, you know, when you got a handful of people that are really being patriotic, that are up front, visible, they can selectively attack and target those people, and it makes it really difficult for the few people that want to be a witness, the few people that truly want to be patriotic. You know, it puts us right under the crosshairs.
It definitely does, yes.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of the people aren't supporting it, because they're nervous and scared.
Exactly.
How the government attacks our families.
And okay, folks, hang on a second. I got the chicken pot pie. I'll turn this around real quick. I think I can. Okay, I got it turned around.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Go ahead, hon.
He's videoing himself.
Yeah, I'm just videoing myself. I'm a ham. So anyhow, that's a pretty good overview of what happened today. Like I said, I'll just sum this up with what I was saying earlier. The sleight of hand is this. She talks about the BLM, all law enforcement, as victims. How can you have a victim when the trial isn't even over with? And she bases all of her convoluted rulings, for example, who she's going to allow in as witnesses, what evidence she's going to allow, based upon the fact that she's already established that the BLM, the Forestry Department, all law enforcement there were victims. Think about that. Just think about that. She has already tried this in her mind, and somebody's helping her out. And it's just a false premise. It is deception, and it is just an outright violation of these men's rights. It's an outright violation of our constitutional rights. And I mean, it just doesn't get any worse than this. We have a couple new court observers. They really don't want to be on, want to be viewed here at this time, but they are also stunned. I'll ask this gentleman, were you pretty stunned today? I will not put him on, but you can hear him.
He wasn't in the courtroom.
Oh, he was in the courtroom. Okay, I lied. But it is stunning. It is very, very stunning. So I'm going to sign off for now. We're getting ready to eat. Go ahead and share this at your disposal. Let's try and wake America up. God bless everybody, and let's continue to pray. Thank you so much.